The news and views expressed herein are the sole property of Kenosha Today. Certain portions of this program may be unsuitable for children, sensitive adults, small animals, and the general public. Viewer discretion is advised. Well, Uncle Scottie, what do you think? Are we ready?
Let's go, comrade.
Okay.
I got my spy shirt on.
Live from BM Studios, it's the Kenosha Today Show.
BM Studios. Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome. This is Uncle Scottie Barter, along with my co-host, Elmo the Insane Schneider, and we welcome you to the July 25th edition of the Kenosha Today Saturday Morning Breakfast Club. Again, we are coming to you live and local. Now, he said BM Studio. What he meant was
Barter Manor Studios.
The BM is
right.
probably, you folks can be the judge of that business. As you can see, I have my Chinese spy outfit on today.
Yep.
And we'll get into that in a little bit. We are coming.
What was that? You get that from the Gilligan's Island gift shop or something? So
I went on a 3-hour tour and I stayed at the boathouse. I never left the dock.
Okay.
We are here at the Barter Manor Studio, which we are calling home for indefinitely, and we are streaming live across the very hot and muggy cornfields of the Midwest, and streaming to all people all across the world, and to our good friends in China. Well, we're going to get to you folks because we're closing up we were going to start filming from streaming from Houston. Well, that's just too much of a commute. We thought going to Gurney Mills was bad. That's just...
Well, that's the bad news, Scottie. They're moving the embassy to your garage, and the Chinese are going to need the code.
Well, hell, doesn't everybody have it by now? Well, we're going to get to... if they're going to move it to I got my new garbage cans. So they can deal with that, so... They can put, now this is all written, I was wondering why mine came in, it was written in Chinese.
Yep.
With the Kenosha, with the China logo on there. We are brought to you this morning by our major sponsors, Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with Union Park Tavern, and very local, fine local businesses. As we've mentioned every week, Elmo and I are still committed to the Kenosha area, and we'll continue to broadcast live and local, truly, bringing you the most up-to-date news, weather, sports, and entertainment. We actually have some sports. We're going to lead off with some sports this morning. And again, if you want to watch the replay, other than Spectrum, Channel 14, Tuesdays at 5, Wednesdays at 6 p.m., you just hit the Facebook page, and away you go, right? So
yeah, on YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
Yep.
And
or go to YouTube.
And everybody can sign up with the thousands of our fans who have now liked us and joined us on Facebook. Our phone number, as you see, 262-597-3020. It is 81 degrees here in the Kenosha Today Nation this morning. For those in the market, closed at 26,400 some. Started the week about 20. So we're a plus 400 as long as we continue that average of 26,000 in these times. But with all the layoffs coming in the airline industry, things are going to look pretty bad there. So, well, as long as we average 26,000 thereabouts, and I think next week, hopefully Congress will decide if they're going to send out another round of stimulus checks or what they're going to do. They can't seem to agree. Hasn't gone anywhere yet. I mean, still the Republicans are still trying to hack it out, right?
They both sides are.
Yeah.
The Democrats want it to go on forever, and
yeah. Well. So from the pandemic room, Law and Order Saturday starts right now. Mm-hmm. Hey, let's start with a little sports news. Baseball's finally back last night with the Cubs and the Brewers, and the Cubs beating the Brewers 3-0. And what's his name? Kyle Hendricks threw.
Hey, here's a rarity in baseball these days. He pitched a complete game.
Yeah, and the first one out of the blocks too. I watched that game, and I thought he had great stuff. His changeup was just kind of diving off for those that are into sports, but he did a great job. And the other guy that was thrown for the Brewers, I mean, he pitched well too, but it's really strange watching a game with nobody in the stands. It's just a strange thing. And to go along with that, Brewers legend Bob Uecker started his 50th season in the booth, and apparently he's broadcasting, even though the game's in Wrigley.
He's from Miller Park.
He's from Miller Park, and his quote was, he wasn't familiar, like I wasn't, with this Zoom and all this streaming. He said the only thing he knew about Zoom was that was normally the fastest guys on the team. And the guys that drank the most, they were out at the clubhouse.
Well, he said, I kept looking at the field to see the game, and all that was out there was a bunch of groundskeepers. So.
One of the greatest moments, I wish I had this clip. If you haven't seen it, you'll see it at some point. Dr. Fauci in Washington on Thursday throwing out the first pitch. And he was apparently practicing this. Oh, I wish I would have had this. But at any rate, he was a basketball player. He's 5'8", and he was a pretty good good athlete. But it's been a couple years since he threw a baseball, and he said he
claimed to have played Little League, too. So.
Well, he was right in Little League stature. Anyway, he's right in the front of the mound, and he's got his mask on, he's got his glove, and you talk about when Uecker would say high and outside, I thought he was throwing it to the kid in the on-deck circle. he ducks, and had the backstop not been there.
That's when they said he only missed the plate by about 20 feet.
That's what they were kidding me, since you're taking social distancing to a whole new deal. But so he goes over there, and apparently Dr. Burks was there. And he was really, there's no crying in baseball, Dr. Fauci. There's no crying in baseball, but he took it, he was a good sport, so at any rate.
You'll see him in the stands later, not social distancing and and having his mask off, drinking a beer after that, so okay. Yeah.
Staying with sports for a little bit, residents in the Kenosha Unified School District got some good news because they decided, or the WIA, Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association, said leaving it up to each district. And for high school, Bradford, Tremper, and Indian Trail, they're going to let them start just a couple weeks later. And the low-risk girls golf, girls tennis, boys and girls cross country, they can start August 17th. And I think they cut the schedule down a little bit, but good. They don't have to. And we're going to get to the school issue, too, in a minute. But I'm glad that they're going to do this. You're going to get the virus, you're going to get it. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I feel bad if you do.
It's been the human condition for thousands of years. Yeah. What are you going to do about it?
Well, of course I talked.
At least we have a little better technology to cope with it.
In fact, everybody's gotten these. I think just about everybody in town's gotten them. To show you how, I guess to use my colleague's phrase, stupid people are, and some of them are stupider than me, if you followed this and followed the instructions that came with this, it says this is going to start the week of August 24th.
Yeah, do not use until then.
But these people are going, where do I put them? Well, you have to put them 3 feet apart in your parkway or
in the parkway.
In the parkway. And so...
the apron of your driveway.
Yeah, as long as they're 3 feet apart, because the arms to take these things and flip them over have to do that. So, if you have questions, just call 653-4050. But if you get the instructions on these...
The garbage hotline.
The garbage hotline.
597-3020.
There you go. And, it's pretty... They give you all the illustrations, a nice book. And all of these have ID numbers on them. So I guess you're not supposed to write your name but...
well, they're the property of the city. That's what you have to understand. When you move, you have to leave them there in your house.
Okay, that's right. So if somebody steals one... The city will give you another one, I suppose. But these are so big, I could barely get these in my garage with all the other goodies that I have in there these days. But we'll see if this is going to work out. But if you have questions, don't go on Facebook and...
Don't go on Facebook anyway, except for to look at the Kenosha Today Facebook page. That's it. That's my advice.
Don't go on Facebook. I'm eating at Wendy's or something. Who cares?
There's a person next to me without a mask on.
Oh, yeah. This started earlier in the week where the Wisconsin Teachers Union said they wanted to go virtual learning. And I don't know where that stands as far as the state of Wisconsin, but I know Racine. Oh, and then there was this letter from Miss Prissy. I couldn't call her Miss Prissy. She's the head of the Kenosha Education, to the school board, saying that she wants to start virtual learning, and districts are unprepared to support a physical reopening. Schools have been underfunded for years. Oh, this says give me a raise, right?
Underfunded for that's right to the cash.
Saying,
that's what they're going to.
We have been without adequate prep time, which is, let me do some fact checking here.
They're going back to every complaint they've had for the last 50 years.
This went back at least 10 years when they put in a Wednesday afternoon for prep time.
Yep.
All right. So what did they do just a few years ago? They moved it to Friday afternoon. So you can have a kind of a long weekend. So don't tell me there's not adequate prep time. We purchase supplies out of our pockets. I get that. And the government also gives you a tax deduction, whether you're itemized or not, for teachers to do that.
Remember, you could always tell when the teachers got paid because Friday afternoon at the boathouse was packed with teachers.
And Sunnyside and Union Park Tavern and stands and everything else. You're right. How do I console a crying child or tie their shoes from 6 feet away? You don't. You just tell the little snot-nosed kid, you better learn early.
You know, somebody made the point that, aren't teachers essential jobs? You know, you got truck drivers, you got people working in grocery stores, you got people working in pharmacies, you got all these other people. You know, they're professionals. If teachers claim to be professionals, if they are, you should be able to do your job. Figure it out.
It says, we cannot risk the lives of children, I get that, their families, or education workers when it's not safe. COVID-19 continues to surge in Wisconsin and in Kenosha. I mean, the amount of positive was 1% in this county, to include Racine.
It's a surge. Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's a surge. Well, I'm sure there's going to be more people testing positive, but 1% out of all of these thousands, that's not significant to me. Well, I think we had this conversation. If you don't like this job, quit.
Yep.
Go on to something else. Go drive a truck. I mean, they're looking to hire out at some of these places out the interstate. I understand your dilemma or your concern about this, but some of these warnings.
And to be fair, there's a lot of teachers that do want to go back to work. These are the union heads that are pushing this whole thing. So that's it. So
we have over 160,000 students in the public school system in the state of Wisconsin. I think we have, and was about 17,000 here in Kenosha. But, if you're going to let them play football, go back to the classroom. And we'll see when Sunrise Sammy calls, because we'll see if she's got a better pulse on this. But, so I guess Kenosha still hasn't decided what we're going to do. But Racine has decided that they are going to start remotely. And I don't quite understand that, but that's up to them. Racine's got enough of their problems. So
we have a call, Uncle Scottie.
All right. Let me get to the hotline here.
Morning, you're on Kenosha Today.
How you doing?
Oh, Dennis.
No, that's in Racine, old Dennis's. But anyway.
It's very hot this morning. Don't try to warp my brain more than it already is.
I just wanted to comment on your reporting of the coronavirus you were talking about.
Yeah. What's that line?
They're really playing with the numbers. Did you hear what Dane County did?
What?
Dane County is reporting all these cases they've got and everything. They have not disclosed that there were 17,000 negative tests.
Yep, they never say that.
Right.
Hey. And that percentage would have opened up the whole county if they would have disclosed that amount.
And this is the same all across the country where these numbers are coming. And I admit there are some problems. There in New York, Florida, and parts of Texas and Arizona and California. But
everything is being, except for really New York and New Jersey, and maybe Rhode Island. The rest of it is way, way, way overstated.
Hey, Dennis, as long as I got you here, I heard about the reign of terror that's going on in Waterford these days, where kids are driving golf carts. And, no, I heard this. Golf carts and these little off-terrain vehicles on public roadways. Is that true?
Oh yeah. Well, there was an attempt a referendum actually. I think in the spring, whether they wanted to make it legal or not, and the community voted it down. And I think the people that are doing that are ticked off and saying we're going to do it anyway. So.
Well, it sounds like this is getting way out of hand in your community. And if you want us to put this reign of terror to bed, we'll call Trump and he'll send in some federal troops for you.
Well, I would like, since he's got the rank of captain, I would like Captain Mike to be the leader of that group when they come in.
Well, therein lies another problem. There's a flaw in your plan. There's a flaw in your plan because Captain Mike, you didn't realize this. We didn't realize this. He's actually a Chinese operative. He's a spy. He is a spy. Now, if you look at him, you wouldn't think that he's a spy. I mean, he kind of got that, that not dopey look, but he plays the role really good. Comes in with his little.
Well, I was wondering at that one production meeting a long time ago when he pulled me on the side and he was asking what size underwear I wore.
Where was it from?
Giving that information to the Chinese.
Well, that's probably where it went. And you're lucky it was from China. Otherwise, you'd have been floating in the harbor.
It's industrial espionage if I ever heard it. So.
Yeah, but maybe did you have the seas come at that time? It could have rescued me.
He's going up and down the bar and asking these people, "Hey, comrade, what kind of underwear you got on?" So, I mean, that tipped it off for us. I got to tell you. He's got that Salvation Army cap, and he's got all the Marines saluting him and say thank you for your service. That's just a big ruse. We're on to the guy now.
Well, and I hope the guys know that he sold the bar to that he left bugs behind in the bar to find out what's going on in there.
Well, we have to be a little careful what we say around him these days. He put this big outdoor screen. It's about how many inches? 85 inches?
100.
100 inches. And he's got it on his...
it's in his carport.
On his carport. And he's got all these antennas. Trying to claim, now it's making sense, we're connecting the dots. He's beep, 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 over to Beijing. He's not trying to pretend he wants to watch the Cubs and the Brewers and he doesn't get ESPN. Well, he doesn't care, he can get it through Beijing. We're on to the guy.
He probably placed secret cameras and bugging devices in Metro cars when he worked for them.
Yeah, yep. This is the same guy that left 300 back in the station one time. So.
Well, he was ordered to do that by Mao.
Yeah, well, he'll be calling in. We'll give him his if he calls in, because as of last night he was heading for the witness protection program. So we're not sure what that's all about. But.
Really socially distancing, huh?
Yep.
About 6,000 miles.
Oh God.
So
no, you guys are people think that you're just a bunch of goofing around, but you hit the serious topics of the day.
That's right.
I'm telling you, that's
Well, you heard Elmo earlier when he started. He says from BM Studio. He meant Barter Manor, but BM, has another connotation. So could have been BS Studio.
That's right.
Barter Scott Studio. So we're gonna have to clean that up.
That's right, and you're Barter Live, and Barter Live matters.
Uh-oh, we got another call.
Hang on, Dennis. Hang on, we'll see what this is.
Morning, Captain.
Uh-oh, that's the captain. Hey,
the Chinese
captain.
operative.
I think.
Chinese underwear I was giving out, everybody's sticking it.
I think things are going to. Okay.
I got the part of this incredible shrieking underwear, man.
Hey, comrade.
You guys are going to be singing in the boys' choir, man.
I think things are going to.
Almost with the German choir. I'm going to push the button on all that free underwear I gave them, and boy, they're going to some high notes, man.
Shall we add to this?
Hey, hang on, boys. We're going to add one more. We're going to do a three-way.
Okay,
Good morning, Shirley.
Oh, Shirley. Now things are going downhill. Hey, Shirley, are you there? All right, one at a time, boys. Shirley, are you there?
I'm here. Hi, Captain.
Hello, Shirley. How are you, Shirley?
Well, I'm still here, honey. Thank you. How are you?
Okay.
Oh, I'm wonderful, Shirley. Having a lot of fun. We love you, Shirley, and watch out what you say to the captain. It could get back to Beijing.
He's comrade.
About the incredible shrinking hair dryers I've been putting in the saloons and in the salons lately, rather.
He's now.
Dennis, I love you and Nancy.
Oh,
We
yeah.
love you too, Shirley.
He's now called.
Watch out what you say to that. Watch out what you say to that communist spy, though.
Yeah, he's now comrade Mike.
Marty's call it. I love you. You love me. We're as happy as we can be.
Good idea. I'm going to connect all three of these yahoos together.
I remember that, Captain. I remember that. Yeah.
It's fun stuff, yeah, man.
I know. They've got a good show, don't they? Scott and Elmo are doing a good job.
Notice up at the boathouse. It
Good for
gets worse
nothing.
all the time, man.
Hey, it might be good if you let us participate.
Look, this is great. We don't have to do any
Oh,
work.
just say, man, I got a stack of stuff.
Definitely win one.
All right, Shirley. All right, one at a time now. We'll let Shirley go first, and then we'll come to Comrade Mike.
Ladies
and then
first.
We'll go to Dennis the Menace there. Go ahead, Shirley. What's up?
Oh, okay, I'm just so happy because the Cubs won the first game.
Oh, boy.
God almighty.
They pulled it off, and it was a no-hitter. It was great.
It was a
Now
shutout.
today they play again at noon, so I hope they do just as good.
Okay, it was a 3-hit shutout, but you were close.
It's not a no-hitter.
Hey, Captain, you know who's pitching for the Cubs today? I think one of your guys, that Hugh Darvis. He's from your neck of the woods, isn't he? Hugh Jarvis, or whatever his name. He's the Chinese guy playing with the Cubs. He's pitching today.
Wonderful. I hope it's good. I don't know.
So are you
Yeah,
going?
he's pitching today. I hope he does a good job.
I gave 3 incredible streaky underwear to the Brewers, so when it's slided to home base, it's going to be funny as hell, man.
Okay. Did you have something important to say there, Captain or Comrade?
I got nothing really to say.
No.
I thought comrade was a Russian term.
What do we call him?
Oh, I don't know.
All right, Dennis, your turn.
Well, I just want to know if the captain he was also not just asking questions, but are you still selling those pre-stained underwear that you were selling? Sure.
Is there the ones from 1984?
With the brown ink, autographs with the brown ink.
The ones from 1984. You still got those in stock?
I thought Gunga bought all of them.
I made a lot of the protective masks out of the real brown ones. Oh,
Hey, all right. Let me get in a question, then we'll go around again. Did you see Dr. Fauci throw out the first pitch? You guys
I
know,
did.
do you know who Dr. Fauci is, Captain?
Yeah, I know he's doctor. He's Fauci.
It's Dr. Fauci. He's the head scientist, and he's the guy he throws out the first pitch in Washington on Thursday, and he almost hit. He was so far he didn't even hit the bat boy in the on deck circle.
Well, I heard he was trying to pick the guy off first base. He thought there was
The guy wasn't.
but he wasn't sure.
He wasn't even close to first base either. That almost hit the foul pole. Anyway, he's pitching for the Cubs. He's in the bullpen today, just in case they run into trouble.
It's a good place for us.
Okay, Shirley, go ahead.
I saw him pitch. Oh, it was terrible. I didn't know who the heck he was going to hit. It was really bad, wasn't it?
Well,
He sure can pitch, can he?
he's like he's staying with his day job. I mean,
You know, at least he didn't hit the cameraman in the face like that woman last week.
Yeah, right. I know. That was something to see that. It was bad.
so Dennis, how are we going to help? What kind of help can Elmo and I provide the city of Waterford in this reign of terror with these people riding rampant on with golf carts on city streets?
Well, first of all, I saw the Dr. Fauci pitch, and it just shows you how far to the left he is. Good one, Dennis.
Oh yeah, there you go. Dennis from Beyond the Arc. that was very good, to be honest
Our
with you.
problem with golf carts is not too bad because I think the older generation that's here, even though golf carts are kind of fast, they're not as fast as cars. So if one came at me, I could probably still outrun it across the road.
You?
So as long as we're still fast enough to do that. Now, Captain could come out here with his gravity bike and his flag and probably solve the whole problem by just clearing the road with, by him riding right down the middle. Would you do that, Cap? Sure.
You know what? I'll point out. Just wait a minute. That flag he's got, that's an American flag, and he's got surrender the booty. That's an antenna. That's not a flag.
Yeah.
You go straight to Beijing.
That's right.
He's beep, 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 beep. There's coming out of.
Sure. To the outer limits.
Hey, Dennis.
The electric antenna.
Okay, Dennis. Here's a thought. This will clear up all your traffic problems. We move Elmo. Take a picture of Elmo and one of his cars that aren't necessarily in the greatest of shape, and you say this guy will be on the road after 3 p.m. Until.
Here's what we do. We go, Uncle Scottie's driving school, and all the golf carts will be off the road and in the pond on the golf course.
With scum written on them. Yeah, there you go. All right.
Once again, you guys have come up with a brilliant solution to one of the world's major problems.
Yep.
Which is?
The golf carts.
Oh, the golf carts. Oh, well.
Golf carts in Waterford.
Yep.
Hey, you tell those little bastards out there their reign of terror is over.
I will, and the book's coming out, Dennis, right about the golf carts in Waterford. Then the movie, I suppose that's how it works, right? And Camp, for you, anyone I see, I'll stop and I'll ask what size underwear they wear. First time, just send me the orders. I'll send it. Whoever you don't like, I'll get free underwear, man.
Maybe you. Hey, Dennis. For $100, you can sign up to.
My waistline is going down. I'm so happy. My waistline is going last thing here. I'm thinking scream when they disappear, man.
All right, now hold on.
You guys are so funny.
I want to tell Dennis this. You can sign up people in Waterford up for $100 a year to Captain Mike Prime, and he will get that underwear within 24 hours when it absolutely has to be there.
I want to know, it'll sell faster. Shirley, will you autograph each pair?
Yeah, I certainly will.
Oh, God,
It'll sell like hotcakes then.
hotcakes, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will.
You better put a
For
hazmat
$5.
suit on.
For $5.
$5.
$5 an autograph.
Yeah, that's
Shirley-
right. $5 an autograph.
Shirley,
You need the lips.
let me put something in perspective. $5 for the autograph is twice as much as the underwear's worth without the label. So it's going to be some flaws in that marketing plan.
Yeah,
All right.
Well, Scott, one thing. Every sports bar in Kenosha will have a framed, matted pair of those underwear.
Hey, if you guys are watching TV, if you're watching this was a picture that because of the Walworth County Fair canceled because of the virus. This was the first time they were actually going to sell beer, and look what they did. They put Elmo and I's picture on this thing. If you can see that, you see that?
You're a little delayed, I think. I'm waiting for you to
Yep,
hold
yep,
the picture.
yep.
All right,
me too. I can't hold the picture up.
I am. There.
All right, it's too late.
You're starting now. You're going to
Yeah.
hold it.
That's me and Elmo in the.
It's delayed a little bit,
Yep.
Wow.
Latency.
You talk about a photo op, huh?
How cute is that? That is so cute.
Scottie and Elmo.
For the virus, they stick that thing in your nose there.
Are those masks you've got on?
Surely, these ain't.
Your nose right off.
Yeah. This is because they're.
You're missing young days, yes.
This is actually they were pig snouts, and these guys, these little kids. I mean, I thought it was a cute picture, and
It is a cute picture.
I'm the one with the baseball cap on, and Elmo's the one with his arm way around my neck and his hands on my shoulder.
We can tell. That was before the days when we all had a social distance.
Hey, Mike, when you're reporting this back to Beijing, don't tell them about this picture. I mean, we would have to be in the witness protection program or put in an asylum, one of the two.
Yeah, both.
So don't worry, Scott. We won't tell anybody you're Muslim, because then you'd be really going to a camp.
Hey, Dennis, you guys got a Chris Columbus statue out there in Waterford?
No, but I want to put one up, because I'm a member of the Knights of Columbus, and all of us, seriously, we are really ticked off about. You heard what the mayor of Chicago did in the middle of the night, right?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hang on. We're going to add one more person to stir this pot. We can take one more call, and I guess Gunga's on the. All right. Just everybody, hold on. Let's see. Oh, do we lose him?
Gunga was there. Oh, no, he disappeared. Oh, okay. No, he's there.
Okay.
He's there.
Hey, Gunga, are you there?
Yes, I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and I'm horny. I've heard the Princess of Shirley.
Okay.
Hi, Gunga. I was wondering where you were, Gunga. I was just going to ask, where's Gunga? Good to hear you.
What day are we wearing tonight?
Hey, Gunga, I could barely hear you. Where are you calling from? Pakistan, or are you down here in Illinois?
I am. Can you hear me better now?
A little bit.
A little bit.
That's too bad.
Hey, now I got to warn you. On what you better watch yourself what you're saying, because it was disclosed yesterday that Captain Mike is a Chinese operative. So, you know.
Shirley, what kind of negligee are we wearing tonight?
Oh, really?
You're not worried about it.
Beautiful
Chinese
pink lacy.
Oh.
Yeah, Mr. Barter looks good in pink also.
Keep my ass out of this. You know, this is really good when, through Elmo's technology, he can bring all you people together. All you four people, lovely people together.
He is so talented. Wow, that's talent to do all that.
This is
I'm not so sure.
Podcast.
Oh, this is not a pad. This is a live stream. Mm-hmm.
Well, we could make it a podcast, too.
Sure.
Is that the mall rat on the line?
Yes. Who's he calling a mall rat?
Dennis.
Me.
Oh, Dennis. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, yeah. By the way, does the missus still drag you out on the malls every Sunday afternoon?
Whenever Captain calls her and tells her that he needs information, she has me go out. I didn't know you knew, Dennis. I found that bug in the house. I found it, Cap.
What?
I found the cameras in my bathroom, too. The secret cameras in my bathroom. Oh, golly.
Sounds like Niagara. Hey, Captain. Listen, what's Dennis's code name?
006 and 7/8.
Now, I'm not sure if I got this right, and I'll go to Gunga here. Confirm or deny your code name is Numbnuts Patel?
That's my lawyer's name.
Oh, guess we'll be hearing from him.
Patel and Mahoney.
Mahoney?
Yeah, Patel and Mahoney.
Oh, Mahoney.
Forties and 40s.
Horny?
You know, what can I say about these?
I even call. I don't even know why I call other than to be insulted.
All right.
That's because all it takes is one call.
That's all.
That's all.
One call and Mr. Barter's got it all. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was good, Dennis. That was good.
I just got one question.
That's one call, that's all. That's so cute, that commercial.
Yeah, but when am I going to get it all?
Yeah.
All right.
I heard Captain's motto is making the Great Wall great again. That's right.
Captain Mike, hey, Captain Mike, tear down that wall.
Tear down that wall. Yeah. We really pole vaulting over the wall.
Get her done, Captain. Get her done.
Into like a big thing full of piranhas.
You know, I thought it was brilliant, Captain, a brilliant strategy on your part to be a Chinese operative here in Little Wisconsin, and you come into the boathouse with that dopey-looking, hat that you got and a Salvation Army look, and who'd ever thought you were a spy like us?
It's a pretty good disguise.
Yeah.
Well, only use brilliant minds there on Kenosha Today Show.
Are we doing what?
Brilliant minds.
Br-
I was really starting to wonder because Nancy's been eating a lot at Panda Express lately. Now I know why.
Was it Nancy Pelosi or your wife?
My wife, the smart Nancy.
Oh, Nancy Pelosi is an Irish ass or a Chinese ass kisser if I've ever seen one.
She was a beauty queen. I think 1957. She was a sticky valves or something.
Yeah.
It was an automobile oil.
I just-
I understand, Captain Mike, that you've got quite a honey at home yourself.
Yeah, I do it quite a honey.
The Captain Mike.
Hey, Kip, I heard one of your friends was a chauffeur for Dianne Feinstein in California before they found him out.
Yes, but they didn't find anything smart coming out of this Feinstein's mouth.
Hey, hang on. I got to tell. All right.
Their tea with cream and sugar.
I got to tell Elmo something. Just hang on. I hope the people at Google have a sense of humor, Elmo. I have two 96-gallon garbage cans, and
We're still on.
All right. Well, we haven't pissed anybody off
Put
yet.
the garbage can put a horse head in.
What?
I just didn't want to hide.
The garbage can contain a horse head.
The first time they opened one up, they ought to have like a human in there, a pretty girl or something. That'd be funny. Like laughing. Remember they jump on a bikini and dance and stuff. So you get a couple of girls to be in first garbage cans when they open the lids, man.
That's cute.
Slow down, Captain.
I want a guy to jump out.
Oh, you guys are getting me aroused now. Come
Jumped
on.
out of a cake.
That'd be funny, man. The expression on the garbage people's faces.
Well, I tell you,
Yeah.
you set it up. You set it up, and we'll film it.
Well, except they don't look in there. They just get picked up and dumped in the back of the truck.
Yeah. Don't you know nothing?
I want a guy to jump out.
I can see Captain with castles.
Ganga, you can jump out. Ganga, you jump out.
Someone's going to jump out of a garbage can.
Why? Shirley, now, let me. All right, hang on. Everybody, hang on. Shirley, I got to ask you this. Why would Gunga, one, want to get into the garbage can, and two, jump out? I mean, what's in it for him? Seriously, what's in it for him?
And I grabbed a pair of underwear by Shirley. Choice.
I haven't got my garbage cans yet. Have you guys got yours?
Yep, I got mine yesterday.
Yeah,
Did you?
Yeah.
I got mine a week ago, I think.
Really? Captain, you got yours?
Yeah, I got them over a week ago.
Wow.
Hey, Gunga, isn't this great? Isn't this great conversation?
No, I haven't got my garbage can yet.
Guys.
No.
Although I plan on taking a bath in mine, I'll smell better.
Yeah. They're big enough. I guess they're really big. You could take a bath in it if
Yep.
they're so big.
They're
In
96.
Chicago, I was living. They were giving garbage cans, and you got a garbage can, vote Democratic, give you garbage can. If they found out you didn't vote, they take the garbage can, they dump the garbage out on your lawn.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You guys got anything? We'll go around the horn one more time. You got anything that you want to ask or say?
Yep.
Go ahead,
I
Shirley.
want to say, Dennis, tell Nancy I love her.
Oh, God.
And hi. And
I will
Captain Mike.
send that pair of autographed underwear, will you?
Yeah, sure. Well,
Yeah.
Well, you guys all want to show up at the boathouse.
And Captain Mike, it was so good to talk to you. I love you, Captain Mike.
You too, Shirley. It was really nice. You take care. Have a nice day, Shirley.
Shirley kissing up to the
too.
Chinese.
All
right, Shirley.
Dennis, yeah.
Bye-bye.
As always, nice talking to you.
All right.
No, I'll see you tonight, Shirley.
Okay, yeah, tonight. Don't forget. Yeah, it's Scott and Elmo. It's always good talking to you.
Oh,
You
were we
too,
talking to
Shirley.
you?
Love you.
All right. Goodbye,
Take
Shirley.
it easy.
All right.
Bye.
One at a time. We'll sign off. Dennis, go ahead.
Scott, I want to thank you and Elmo for making this historic event possible, where the Mount Rushmore of radio call and people
Television.
get to talk on your show.
Yeah, we're the Mount Rushmore, and they want to tear that down, too.
With us? You mean us?
Hey, Larry King's got nothing on us.
Where did George Washington wear?
See, you chopped down a cherry tree. If I get close, I don't know.
Dennis.
What kind of underwear?
I'm asking you, what size did he wear? You know, I don't know.
Well,
All right.
One last thing. Captain gets a lot of post office action from the boats that are in the harbor in China, and he keeps complaining that he's getting too much junk mail.
junk, Chinese junk.
Boy, Dennis, you must have stayed up real late last night.
I think they're putting up the masks on, what's that?
All right.
Where is it? Yeah, Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Take it easy, guys.
Okay, Dennis, thanks for calling. Captain, you got one word. Gunga, stay with us. We'll give you the last word.
Laugh in, laugh out. Okay.
Okay.
I'll see you at the business later.
At the conference. Okay.
DPFN, that's up for now.
Okay. Okay, Gunga.
Is this the closest thing to a Kenosha think tank?
Think tank, pretty much.
No, this is the Kenosha septic tank.
Septic tank, yeah.
Wow.
From the
Some
BM
of the
studio.
finest finds of Kenosha. We're all on one call.
Hey, that's almost technology. That's pretty good, I think.
It's like the old party line.
Well, he's a genius, but
I don't know about that.
But what?
Don't downplay yourself, Elmo. Compared to Mr. Barter, you're a genius.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
you can say that about
he's a
anybody.
genius at all that thing. So, all right. Well, you going to come up for the conference this afternoon?
I am at work.
Cubs and Brewers at noon.
Hey, Union Park Tavern tomorrow
What
afternoon.
last night?
Cubs 3-0. Hendricks
No kidding.
three hit shutout. Pitched the whole 9 innings.
Yeah, let me grab myself and cough.
Let me grab myself. Boy, it just doesn't end with you folks, does it?
Certainly not.
Okay. All right. Well,
Until we take over the world. Say hello to Nancy for me. I'm sure she'll be calling your show.
Nancy.
Pelosi.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll tell her you said hey.
Well, you do that. Have a wonderful day, gentlemen.
All right. Later.
You too, I'll get.
Bye.
Adios.
Jeez, Emma, that killed out. Wow. What an exchange that was.
Yep. Yeah, it was fun.
Waiting for Sunrise Sammy to call us for the weather. And now, if she would have been calling, you would have seen that.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, well. Anyway, we're going to do, well, I'll do the weather. Kenosha today's radar weather sponsored by Capo Web Design, which is a locally owned web design and development business here in Kenosha, specializing in website design, development, maintenance, site services, and support. Who actually designed is currently developing our site, KenoshaToday.com. So for more information, you can see them at www.capowebdesign.com. And the weather is all week. It's going to be hot and muggy and a good chance of rain tomorrow afternoon, I believe.
Hot, hot, hot.
And there you have it, folks. Directly from the Kenosha Today weather deck here at Barter Manor, BM Studios. The most up-to-date and most complete weather report anywhere on the planet. And you can tune in to Kenosha Today for all your weather information or when severe weather strikes. And then in that case, we don't care and you don't bother us because you're going to be on your own. All right. If anybody still has a, we better do this top 10 before we slip away. You ready, Elmo? This was written in our home office on the patio here at Barter Manor. This week's top 10 thought-provoking category. Kenosha Today's top 10 reasons to wear a COVID-19 face mask. Number 10, you have one very ugly face. Number 9, your online dating site username is hacking cough. Number 8, covers up the sores and scabs from riding on the trolley. Number 7, so people can't see that you're a sorry-ass Bear fan. Number 6, I should have kept these guys on the line for that. 6, you were once a guest on this show. Number 5, Dr. Fauci won't pay your boathouse bar tab. Number 4, courts make it mandatory when you're in a witness protection program. Number 3, so the gals from on the border won't recognize you. Number 2, you want to blend right in when passing through the Uptown area. And the number 1 Kenosha Today reason you should wear a COVID-19 face mask, you are a Chinese consulate formerly living in Houston. All right. So we have, boy, that hour went pretty fast.
We have to encourage more of that. We don't have to do
Yeah.
much then. So that's...
I'm tired of talking about all. Well, I have to announce some of these things. Kenosha's Labor Day fireworks that were supposed to be on the 4th of July, now they're going to be canceled. What I don't understand is you're canceling the fireworks and you're canceling the car show downtown on Saturday of Labor Day weekend, but you can go right down the street and have a jazz in the park. Although that's a county park, I get that, but a lot of people don't quite connect the dots on why you can do one and can't do the other.
Well, part of it, and it's, that's the city is canceling that. I would think did the city cancel the car show too, or did the people from the car show cancel the car show because people aren't going to come down there?
I think, for what I understand, on recommendations from that Jen Phosphate gal, who's the, that's not how you pronounce her name, is it? Jen, I got that right. On the recommendations of her and the mayor's office,
Well, there's a lot of other problems, like, there's travel restrictions and stuff like that. People aren't supposed to be coming here from other places, and
I get that.
So, the people behind the car show may have just said, hey, we can't, people aren't going to show up, so why, if they're coming from some other state and
I
things
guess
like
I get that.
So,
You get 1,500, and that's also the weekend of Frank Carmichael's Cheesapalooza that's gone. And with as many people, and if he gets 1,500 cars, and I'm sure 3/4 of those are coming from other places, I guess I get that. You don't want people coming from who knows where and bringing all that stinky stuff to us. And big protest out at your alumni, Carthage College.
Yep.
And they want to eliminate almost up to 20% of the teaching staff. And I'm glad to see the kids. How come you and K-Dog weren't out there protesting?
Well, I don't know. So
Their potential elimination of 3 departments: classics, philosophy, great ideas, and 160 instructors.
that's our good friend Dr. Ben from Union Park Tavern. He's great ideas and classics. So they wanted to get rid of that program forever and replace it with diversity. So now they finally got their wish.
Now, I haven't heard anything to do with their sports program, and I know they have fall baseball, and I don't think that's going to be. And I haven't heard anything about Carthage football. And aren't we getting close to the first week of August when the kids start coming back, or is that latter part of August?
No, Carthage is their Labor Day.
Oh, Labor Day. Okay. Yeah. Didn't they have the big move-in thing on Labor Day type of thing?
Yeah, it's usually the week before the freshmen would arrive for orientation, and then it would be it's kind of like the Kenosha schools always were, the Wednesday after Labor Day.
Yeah, right.
It would be.
So I hope, Carthage has been a great asset to this community. And I sincerely hope that they can attract people. I mean, even in their sports programs, we're always at the top. And they spent tons of money redoing their athletic, the football field and the basketball, the dome, not the dome, the gym, or whatever you want to call it. So, and that was a big draw to kids.
But that was all donated money to pay for that. That's the... but their problem is funding operations there. That's really it.
Wasn't that through an endowment of some type that you said, or are they?
Yeah, their endowment isn't that big.
No.
But
here was another situation that this is an 8th grade class. I believe it's in Racine. It is in Racine. They had raised $18,000, and they were going to go to a trip in New York, and it was about 16 students, averaging about $1,125. Well, they got their deposit back for the airplane, but now they can't figure out how to get rid of the extra spend the 18,000. This has got to be the dumbest thing that I think I've ever come across. Why not? My thought, just simply divide the 18, divide by the number of kids, and put it to their tuition, right? Or give them their money back if you didn't want to go to that school anymore. But you got some of these people going tax issues. We're going to lose our nonprofit because the administration said no to buying tuition, uniforms, or supplies because they're going to lose their use the money to buy laptops. And you know what? If there's such a flap over the 18,000, my suggestion, you better go find out if the 18,000 is indeed there. I mean,
right.
this has got red flags written all over it. The way when I was reading this, this should be a simple thing, and if you can't figure out how to give 18,000 back, got to make sure it's even there to begin with. And of course, everybody knows now they took the Chris Columbus statue down at 3 o'clock in the morning.
They have a habit of doing that in Chicago. Remember what they did to Daley did to Miggs Field? They tore it up. Some guy comes into land and it's the runway's gone.
We're landing in the Hudson. And I don't know, I heard yesterday, it looks like the NFL, the Players Association's representatives recommending eliminating, taking their offer. No, I think it's a 10-game schedule, or maybe it's a little more than that, and eliminating the fans initially. And one fan that won't be in Green Bay anymore is Dana Kirkpatrick, the former fiance of Aaron Rodgers. And I guess I heard about this last fall. He probably dropped $28 million in a house in Malibu. God almighty, that's a lot of change.
California boy.
Yeah. Third highest transaction in the city that year. And this is, I don't know, I'll get weigh in on this, Elmo. I think the county board, they wanted to propose getting body cameras for the sheriffs. I think that's a good idea. And it looks like it could be about $800,000. And the people were going in, and Sheriff Best says, this is only going to go to the 2021 budget. You don't have to order them now. And Best's proposal was, why don't you wait till January and see if there's going to be federal money, which there's probably going to be. But, you had the people, and I'm all into this. I agree on the Black Lives Matter concept, and they're there, but they wanted it now. Well, you're not going to get it now because that's not how it works. And I guess my question is, when do Black Lives matter? Is it when you're protesting or this, or is it when 15 people get shot in Chicago, or you got 85
people get shot
in North Beach and Racine? So if you want to protest, now I don't know what happened last night in Madison or Portland, but there was
Portland, that's every night. So
yeah. So I hope they can get this corrected. And your thoughts, Elmo, on bringing in? There was a judge, I had it written in here someplace, that ruled against they wanted to prevent the feds, those guys in there, from arresting anybody. He says, no, you can do this because they didn't do this right legally in their petition, whatever. So
there are so many judges out there that don't know their head from their keister.
They'll
just come in and rule anything, and they'll know. Yeah. All they're doing is buying time because they know it's going to get thrown out on appeal. So they don't care.
Right. Judge denies Oregon's request to stop federal agents from arresting people.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. And
if you're violating a federal law, and I've heard a lot of these people they're arresting is what ATF would be going after them for anyway. Firearms violations, racketeering, things like that. They're not arresting the protesters.
It would be very interesting, like you pointed out yesterday, when they get these people, find out where they're from and how they got there. Airline tickets, or they drove from all different parts of the country.
Yep, they're paid mayhemists.
And if you come in from outside of, let's say, the Portland area, and you're there to cause, isn't there a law against
crossing state lines to incite riots? Yeah. That's it, yep.
And you have to start putting some of those. Now, thank God nobody's gotten killed by a police officer. In Minneapolis, some kid got killed, but that was in Seattle, I think. He got killed, a 16 or 19-year-old kid. Well, you shouldn't have been there in the first place. So I feel sorry that anybody got killed. But you're going to go to a place like that, what do you expect is going to happen?
That's right.
You go with a gas mask and a rifle with bullets in it. I mean, you're not just going to shoot skeet, so to speak. The city of Racine, by a narrow margin, 8-7, passed a mandated face mask anywhere in the city of Racine that's in public. And I think Milwaukee has done that. I think Madison has done that. Kenosha has indicated they will not. I still don't see, after the Supreme Court threw out Tony the Tiger's stay-at-home order, how they can do this legally. Your thoughts, Elmo?
Well, again, they don't care. They'll wait for a court challenge.
Oh,
They're going to go ahead and do it, and they sue us.
well,
That's the whole thing. So,
obviously the police department says who's in charge of the enforcement. They're not going out looking for people. And now here's some really teeth into this ordinance. $25 for the first offense, $50 for the second, and $100 on the third. And businesses can be fined $50 to $500.
you know what's going to be interesting is all these places that have the mask mandates. In let's say another month after they've passed these, what will be the infection rate and or death rate, which is the important number in these places compared to places that do not have the mandate?
Yeah, right.
That's the whole thing, right?
I think we're going to come out of this, at least in Kenosha County, in my
Just
view,
fine.
Just fine.
It's got
Open schools.
basically there are no scientific studies that say that masks make any difference with this thing. So it's
I got this. Somebody texted me this morning. When you start talking to finding people, Trump had a place down in Florida, and he had a 50-foot pole, and he put a flag up. And they said they had a deed restrictions. Remember we talked about that only allowed him to go up 30. So he was getting fined some ungodly amount. And when he got to 120,000, he goes into the board and says, "Look, I'm going to pay the 120,000 if you donate it to a VA center," which they did. So what Trump does, he takes the flagpole down, puts a berm up of 30 feet, and put the tower up there. So I thought that was genius.
That's right.
That's showing them, huh? So I'm talking about
well, what is the
what?
there's I can't think of something compliance about that. So that, which was the big thing that we won't get into that on this show. So
Well,
we'll discuss it at the
that happened to this guy
post-production
on Sheridan Road who had a cell tower. And, when you have a cell tower, you make money on that. They rent that from you. And the city said,
you rent the land.
yeah. But the guy had this huge cell tower, and he says, well, too high. So he puts an American flag up above there. And they gave him all kinds of crap about that. Did I miss it?
Yeah, that wasn't it. No, he had John told me, his buddy of mine. So he had an agreement with the cell company. He just didn't want a tower there, and he says, make it look like it was an agreement between him and the cell company.
Yeah.
Make it look like a flagpole, and we'll put the flag up there.
Yeah.
And the problem was they agreed to maintain the flag. Well, the flag was getting ratty, so he calls him up and says, "Hey, you got to put a new flag up there. This is not, it's not right to be flying a flag that's ragged up there." And they weren't going to do it. They tried to renege on the thing, and there was a big stink about that. But eventually, they did replace the flag. So.
Plus, it was a flag that was so big. It was one of those big ones that you find.
Well, it's huge.
Yep. Had especially made. So, anything else for the cause, Elmo?
Nope, not right now.
Actually, today was a great deal of fun. We had 4 callers at once, and that's something you don't find anywhere.
Yep.
AM, FM, or otherwise. It's just like having just what the show is, a breakfast club. Where
That's
people
right.
Can talk. I mean, that's turning out to be really good.
And we're social distancing doing it too. We could have, sometime when all this is over, we'll have to have all these people together in one place. I'd imagine that.
Yeah, bring lots of money. And I guess that's going to about wrap it up for the July 25th edition of the Kenosha Today Saturday Morning Breakfast Club. I want to thank our sponsors, Barter's Financial Planning Services, the Union Park Tavern, Kenoshans for Open Honest Government, Charlie V's Kids for Cancer Treatment Foundation. We have been streaming to you live this morning from the Barter Manor Studio, located on the corner of Happy and What Went Wrong. And to all you who have truly making a difference during this pandemic time of crisis, we sincerely thank you for your efforts and sacrifices and we all owe you a huge debt of gratitude. And so for Elmo and myself, until we meet the next time, we thank you for the privilege of your time. I'm Scottie Barter, and have a very safe and pleasant weekend.
Written by our piano player, Mr. Elmo the Insane.
Well, I'm not a crook.